So news circulating on social media right now suggests that the president of South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa, said he wants to come and visit Ghana. He wants to come on a state visit to Ghana for the bilateral agreement to come and talk to the president of Ghana about how we can move forward after the whole xenophobic attacks and maybe some visa things and stuff like that. And then the president of Ghana said, Now, this is the news that is trending. However, the presidency in South Africa, they've come out with a statement that it wasn't a state visit. We didn't say we are coming to visit the new people in West Africa. You are blowing this whole thing out of proportion. What is the truth of the matter? What did our people tell the BBC? What did their people tell the BBC? And also the Ghanaian that was unfortunately ended during the protest too. What is the update? The Ghanaian High Commissioner in South Africa gave us a lot of information on that. And I have the full gist for you.
I'm the headless YouTuber, there's Headless Reactions.
A lot of people lack love in their lives, and the best way and the quickest way that you can show or send somebody love is by using Nala. Go to the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, use Nala to send some love to your family members, to your relatives, to your crush, to the person, your contractor, your building contractor. If you're in UK, if you're in USA, if you're in the EU countries, you can send money to Ghana, to Nigeria, to Cote d'Ivoire, to Rwanda, to Kenya, to South Africa, and other countries using Nala. And if you use my promo code HEADLESS, you get $20 cash back on your first $50 that you send using Nala. So yes, use Nala, N-A-L-E, to send the money. Now, the news out there is that President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa had already expressed his interest in visiting Ghana, as in a state visit, in the first week of August, so that we'll have bilateral relations. Ghana and South Africa will be cool before. Diplomatically, we are cool. Everything is normal. So the president said, I want to come down so that we'll have our discussions and see how best we can move forward after this whole thing. And according to the reports out there, our people, as in through the president of Ghana, who sent his word to the ministry and stuff, is that this is the worst time for it to happen. The worst time. We can't have the South African president in Ghana at this time. Now, the South African president, they are boying him. So imagine Fakel Umtakati that said he wants to come to Ghana. Well, he shouldn't even try to come to Ghana. Now, with this whole thing that's going on, this is what the BBC has reported, that Ghana halts visits by South African president amid row over anti-migrant protests. Ghana has postponed a visit by South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa following xenophobic rallies that resulted in hundreds of Ghanaians being repatriated from his country. Ramaphosa had long planned a visit to Ghana in the first week of August, and it had been hoped this would help de-escalate tensions between the two nations. But many in Ghana feared his presence would lead to mass protests there. On Tuesday, government spokesman Feles Kwachi Ofosu told the BBC that the visit would not happen for the time being. That's what Mr. Feles Kwachi Ofosu told the BBC, that the visit, it won't happen anytime soon. And they quoted him that, "We sent them a communication indicating that it would be best to defer the visit in view of the present climate around xenophobia." Right. Now, South Africa has sought to play things down, with presidential spokesperson Vincent Magwenya telling the BBC of the country's unwavering commitment to, in quotes, deepen cooperation between the, in quote, two sister nations and, in quotes, advancing the African agenda. What is the African agenda? Second us to go back to our country. Anyway, in quote, the two countries will continue to engage through diplomatic channels to identify a mutual convenient date. That's what they told the BBC. Our people said it's not best to do the meeting right now. Their people said, don't worry, we will try and strengthen relations between these two nations. So we'll still keep communicating so that we'll come up with the right date or a suitable date for both of us. However, His Excellency Benjamin Kwashi, he is the Ghanaian High Commissioner in South Africa. He made some statements that, it's kind of asserting that we are not cool like that. Because remember, reports came that Bashiru Isaac, a 40-year-old, Taylor, was unfortunately, ended in South Africa on the 30th of June when they did their protest. And this happened in Cape Town. The Ghanaian government have released a statement stating all the facts that, yes, indeed, they did their research and their investigation and they found out that, yes, this man was killed on the 30th during the protest. And some people went to his shop and they went to do this to him and stuff. That the Ghana government released a statement after coordinating and cooperating with the Ghana High Commission in South Africa. However, South Africa government and the people over there too were saying that nobody was killed during the protest. Now, His Excellency Benjamin Kwashi, the Ghanaian High Commissioner in South Africa, spoke to TV3. And he said that, first of all, when the thing happened, the police said that the thing didn't happen on 30th. It happened on 29th. So it's not the protest that led to the killing of the man. Now, the thing happened on 29th, not 30th.
Now, on the day that the incidents happened, when we got information about the incidents, based on the police correspondent that we have, that is what gave us the date that we transmitted to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, they came back to us in a very nice way and said, no, based on the forensics that we did, the murder didn't occur on 30th. It did occur on the 29th.
Now, after they said that, okay, the thing happened on 29th and not 30th, the Ghana High Commission reached out to the police in South Africa and told them that, please, you said it happened on 29th. No worry. Give us the case files and all these autopsy files and everything. Let us go through and see that, okay, indeed, it happened on 29th and not 30th. So we can't directly link it to the March and March protest and stuff. These people said that they will send the report to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Ghana. Meanwhile, Ghana High Commission in South Africa is asking for the thing. They said they will send it to Ghana.
So we say, give us a copy of the autopsy report. Give us a copy of the case file that you have so that we can also be able to collaborate the date that is 29th as against the 30th that we had the information and which we were told by those we sent to the area to go verify what actually happened. As I speak now, they've not given us any of those. They've indicated to us that they will be sending it directly to our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which for us is strange because we are here. We demand a copy of the autopsy report.
According to the High Commissioner, they didn't conduct autopsy, even though they were asked to do that. And as soon as they found out that the man is Bashiru Isaac, he's a Muslim, they said, oh, Muslims cry here, they don't do autopsy. And, so we shouldn't do autopsy.
Because remember, when these incidents happened, they never conducted any autopsy until the Minister of Foreign Affairs specifically asked us that we should go there and insist on an autopsy being performed. After they got the name to be a Muslim name, they used that to say, oh, we think Muslims do not do autopsy.
And then the Ghana government said, no, wait, let's coordinate with the people in Ghana. They reached out to Bashiru Isaac's family members, told them that, yes, can we perform autopsy? These people agreed that, okay, you can perform autopsy. Let's find out what happened to our son. Now they told them that, okay, the family, you said they are Muslims, they don't do autopsy, but the family said you should do. Now they've not sent the report.
And we said, hold on, let's confirm from our main ministry in Accra. And the Honorable Minister said, no, let's have a special call with the family of the late in Ghana and ask them if per their Muslim tradition, they would allow us to do the autopsy. They gave us the green light. We've done the autopsy. And as we speak, they've not given us copies of the autopsy. So the contention of the day is still there.
Now, according to the Ghanaian High Commissioner, there was a Zimbabwean in the shop. And he reports, or the eyewitness said, it wasn't a case of extortion. Apparently, usually, sometimes the South Africans will come and extort the foreign nationals who are living in South Africa. Sometimes two people will come and take money from you for you operating your shop in that area and stuff like that. But this time, it was 9 guys who came to the shop and they came to kill Bashiru Isaac.
But we want to put on record that the crime as we speak has been committed. The gentleman was murdered in cold blood. And from witness accounts that we have had, including the Zimbabwean who was in the shop, indicates that it was not only a case of extortion, it was a case of both people coming into the shop and telling them that do not work in this country. You are foreigners. Leave the country as we have been asked to leave the country. And they then went ahead, 9 of them, 9 young men entering into the shop. In case of extortion, we are told that they come 1 or 2 or 3 of them. But this one, 9 of them into the shop. If it is not about this justice for everybody coming up and saying that foreigners should leave the country, we don't believe that this is going to happen. So the police cannot run away from that fact. Until we get the autopsy report that we are demanding from, we still maintain the information that we gave to the ministry is the information we got firsthand from South Africa.
So with all this, you can see that tension day, because this interview was granted a couple of days ago. So tension day. So with all this back and forth, the Ghana government, they are saying that this is not the best time for you, the president of South Africa, to come and visit Ghana. So let's not come now. But according to the South Africa presidency, they are saying that Ghanaians and West Africans are blowing this whole news out of proportion. The president of South Africa has not reached out to the president of Ghana that he's coming on a state visit. It is not a state visit. It is a binational commission, which happens normal. That one cries. It's not president and president that sits down. The South Africa can choose their rep. Ghana can choose their rep. This thing happens. They already had an agreement with the previous government that hosted it in South Africa. Now it's time to host it in Ghana. So if we are just asking that, okay, now that you have changed government, how far is it happening? Is it happening in August like we've planned? If it's happening in August, what will you need or what will we need so that they can do that logistical discussion and stuff? That is what it is. According to the South Africa government, it is not a state visit. State visit is president. But this one, it is by a national commission, a normal thing. Now Ghana, we are blowing this whole thing out of proportion. It is not that serious.
Between the two countries, what is that?
Well, you know, binational commission, it's when two countries come together. At times, it will be at ministerial level, and you have delegations from both sides, including at times business, where the two countries are discussing the relationship that includes trade, political, or on specific issues. And that's where you see them unpacking the agreements between the two countries. And therefore, according to South Africa, this was supposed to be a binational commission. As you know that in 2024, the former president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, was in South Africa for the binational commission. It was on the 12th of March. And now it was the turn for Ghana to host that binational commission because an agreement was reached at that time that we will be hosting in 2026. So South Africa was just seeking clarity as to when and where, you know, the formalities and the logistics, because this is something that was agreed to in 2024 under President Akufo-Addo. Now you have another president, John Mahama, and they were engaging at that level. And therefore, you had media from West Africa saying that it was a state visit. It was not a state visit. It was discussions, logistical issues in terms of whether the binational commission that was agreed to in 2024, an agreement that Ghana must host, will it still go ahead so that they can prepare as South Africa to travel to Ghana. And therefore, there was a confusion. I think verification was not properly done, or perhaps because of the current attempts to isolate South Africa and the concerted effort of misinformation and disinformation, this story was not properly verified. It's not a state visit. You know, right. A state visit, it's all the pomp and ceremony. And normally with state visit, the host country invites the guest to come and visit. Of course, then at that time when you are visiting, you can then also extend an invitation to your host as the president of a particular country to say, I also want you to come and visit my country at the state level. So by National Commission, it's not the highest level of engagement of the two leaders. The highest level of engagement of two heads of state, it is the state visit. And I think that's the difference that perhaps we must note. But this, it looks like it was blown out of proportion.
You go to explain, tire, no evidence.
Now, with all these things going on, you ask yourself that guy, Captain Africa, Fakel Umtakati, he said that he wants to come to other African countries and come and liberate us. Akwawi, your president Kai Akpano return. Now, he go over you. Huh? He go over you. So yes, right now, the news out there is that the Ghana government said this is not the right time for South Africa or any rep, especially the president of South Africa, to visit the country. Now, the South Africans are also saying that, please, we didn't say this is a state visit. It's not a state visit. It's not a president who was coming. This one normal by National Commission that we've been going. And this time we are asking that, is it happening? And if it's happening, let us know. Are you people going to provide our cars for us? Should we provide our car accommodation? It is normal logistical discussion that we reached out to confirm. Don't come and be telling everybody that we say we want to come and visit you and you told us that. So yes, this is why the president of Ghana is trending. Also, the president of South Africa is trending. Share your views in the comment section. What do you think about this? Do you think this is the best time for South African president to even visit Ghana? Do you think this is the best thing that the government has done, as in telling them that we can't have the meeting right now? Or is they are blowing it out of proportion? Also, the reports, I mean, when I saw the news at first, I thought the president of South Africa actually called President John Mahama that I want to come and visit you in your country. And then John Mahama said, go back. That's what I thought. But anyway, according to BBC, they said that this is not the best time for such a meeting or such a thing to happen. South Africans too are saying, please, we didn't say a state visit. It's normal by National Commission, a normal thing. Share your views in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this.
I know. Watch other videos on this channel. Tell somebody about Headless. Yeah, they. Yapon.